For over 5 years, Emergency Response Liberty County has been the largest Roblox roleplay game with little to no competition. However, that all changed 6 months ago, in October of 2023. Created in late 2021, from a first glance, Emergency Hamburg looked like just another cops and robbers style roleplay game. Yet, whilst the majority of upcoming RP games were being set in real or fictional parts of the United States, Emergency Hamburg was based, as the name suggests, in Hamburg, Germany. And apart from KILL, at the time was the only European-based game in this genre. For the first year or so of the game's existence, it averaged between 500 and 1,000 concurrent players. However, over the month of October, that number shot up to 10,000 after a variety of new features were added in 2 large updates. Then, in late November, they released their map expansion V3 update, bringing even more players to the game. By this point, many players in the ERLC community were starting to notice the rise, and even the developers took interest. Over the next 3 months, the game received a variety of updates which helped the player count continue to grow. Right now, the game is sitting at 14,000 concurrent players and a little over 200 million visits. The game is honestly a lot of fun, and it differs to ERLC quite a bit. So in Emergency Hamburg, we spawn in front of our house, and we've got ourselves the only car I actually own in this game. Unfortunately, we can't actually go inside the house. That would be kind of cool, but anyways, let's make our way out of here. Let's take a right. The one thing I don't like about this map is it doesn't blur your actual gameplay, or there's no background, so it's a bit hard to see. But anyways, we're down here on the left. We've got some big houses. Oh, they've got a pool. Fancy. Again, I think that's another quite large estate over there. And because this is Europe, we can still drive on the right side of the road like we do in American roleplay games. Looks like we've got some windmills over here. We've got a bit of a power plant over there. Some fields with crops in. Looks like we are entering Hamburg now. This is one of the roads that runs directly through the entire map. And I've got to say, Germany do like their roundabouts. So this is the vehicle dealership in there. I also noticed they had this interesting walking animation. Never seen this in any other game. I definitely cannot afford any of these cars, so let's just take a look at what they offer. One thing as well I did notice is that there's very minimal UIs, and to access pretty much everything we have to utilize our phone. So we've got the messaging app where we can message people in our server, we've got the information. This is where we can call emergency services, and then we've got our bank. So we can actually see I have 13,000 euro in my bank. Nice. Pretty cool natural playground, but unfortunately it does seem like there's a pretty big fire in there. Lots of water. By the looks of it, this whole place is on the coast, because up here there is some dockyards, I believe. Whoa, this is a steep hill. Okay, I think this goes underneath the river, right? Oh, underneath the train tracks. Interesting. Maybe there also is water running above us, because we went very deep there. Welcome to the dockyards. I've pretty much never seen a dockyard in a Roblox roleplay game, so kind of cool. Would be a pretty cool hiding spot for criminals, honestly. You just got to be careful that you actually make this jump onto the ladder. Yeah, we are on the ship. I see a gun icon on the map, so I'm guessing you buy your guns from this guy. Ah, yeah. So there's a lot you can buy. Gold, jewelries, even explosive devices. Everything is so expensive, though. I don't really want to spend all my money on something like this. Now, heading into the police station, probably one of the biggest differences between a game like ERLC and Emergency Hamburg is the fact that you have to physically visit the place to join that department. So for example, to join the police, we actually have to head over to the police station and interact with the officer at the front desk to join. And then look at this, we've got everything inside of our scroll bar inventory here. A couple of different things you have to get used to in this game, but overall I have enjoyed playing, and there's a bunch of unique locations that I've never seen in other games before. Now we're here in Emergency Response Liberty County, and I'm not going to pretend like I haven't played this game before. If you want to see more content, head over to my channel, but essentially I just want to show you the differences. First of all, with walking, I'm not sure what it's called exactly, but they just use a normal Roblox walk instead of a custom one. Also, there are 2 main spawn points. So like a lot of roleplay games, you spawn at a parking lot, either over here in River City or inside of Springfield. In this game, you can change to the teams via this menu. So it's very easy to pop onto FD, you just click which station you're spawning, and then put in your call sign. As I mentioned before, ERLC has been around for longer, so they do have more features, such as civilian jobs. If we go down here, you can see all the roleplay jobs, and you can set locations to go and visit them. These are actually more like the departments in Emergency Hamburg, where you have to visit them to join them. Apart from that, all of the other differences are mainly based on where the game's set. ERC is set in America, so of course quite a bit is different to how things run in Germany, obviously. Whilst planning out this video, I was trying to figure out which map was bigger, and I've come to the conclusion that Emergency Hamburg has a slightly longer map. It extends out to a bit of the left and the right, but in general, I'd say they're relatively similar in size. Anyways, that is Emergency Response Liberty County. Now, it's interesting to look over each game's statistics on Rollimons, as it reveals something quite interesting. So, as you can see, I've collected the graph for each game's concurrent users over the last week, and although these charts are not lined up on the y-axis, you can clearly see that Emergency Hamburg has their peak a few hours earlier each day than ERC. This shows you that there's actually two different demographics playing each of the games. Emergency Hamburg seems to have a larger European audience who are playing after school, which is around 10 to 11 AM for Americans. Whilst ERC on the other hand has a largely American-based audience, which is why their concurrent player count hits their peaks every day a bit later on. Do I think that Emergency Hamburg will kill ERC as a game? As we saw, they seem to have two different demographics of players, meaning hopefully both games can continue to grow side by side. ERLC has been around for a good few years longer, therefore has many more features, especially with inside private servers. But I can definitely see Emergency Hamburg continuing to grow and develop as a game, and it will be very interesting to see where they both stand in another 6 months from now. What are your favorite features from each of the games? Drop that in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with the latest content, and I'll see you all in the next one.